So you can choose two different colors. So we have this pink color and the blue color. And the wristband is really cool because you can adjust it here. You have many tiny holes, so you can adjust it perfectly to your wrist of your child, of course, because this is a smartwatch for kids. It has a GPS function to track the location of the child. So I will show you. This is what it looks like when you open it. You can see that's what we chose as our display. But you can customize this. You can change to a different kind of style. And when you swipe to the right side, you see your chats. And if you swipe to the left, you see here, you can put your own icons here. So you can like open it faster. You see your recent contacts and you can directly dial a number here. Of course, then the watch should have a SIM card inside. So we have the different contacts here, and so I'm going to show you the apps first. Here we have a lot of apps. You can scroll through these apps here. So I will show you on the other watch.为什么这个完全不一样？里面的系统完全不一样。So here, when you swipe to the very right side, you have all the different icons here. These are your apps that are installed in here. For example, you can add friends. So first function is we can add friends directly by tapping. So if you have another child that has a watch like this, they can tap like this and they can add each other as contact on the watch. And then you have the step counter. It's counting your steps today. So here it will show how many steps you walked. You have to, of course, wear the watch so that it can be counted. So you can also set a goal. We didn't really set a goal here. And you can also see a ranking here. So if you added a friend, you can see a ranking. You can see how many steps both of you walked here. It will all be recorded here. And then when we scroll down, we also have the health functions. So we have because here at the back of the watch, you can, you have like a sensor that is measuring these things. So you can measure your body temperature, your heart rate, and your blood oxygen. It will all be shown here, but of course, it takes a while to measure it. You also have to wear the watch really tightly on your wrist so that it can be measured. Then we have sports. Sports, when you open it first, it tells you how many calories you have burned here. You can see your ranking as well. So we also have the ranking list. And if you click on exercise now, you see the different types of sports that can be measured with this watch. For example, we have swimming, running, sit-ups, rope jumping. So we have like swimming. When you click on the start, you will count, either you count the distance or the time or the calories. So you can select it by yourself. You click one of these functions and then you start measuring how much if you achieve your goal. And then we have here skipping, how many jumps you want to make, and so on. You also have like running. Running, of course, it shows your distance. For example, you can select you want to run 50 steps. then here it will start counting the time until you finish those 50 steps. And then we have sit-ups as well. So you also can wear this wristband and do sit-ups. It will count how many you have done. You can select here 30 sit-ups, or you can select the duration, for example, 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Yeah. So it's great for motivating your child to do more kind of body exercise. And of course, the watch is also very waterproof, which is why we often put it in water here to show you the waterproof function. Yeah, this watch works underwater. It can even receive phone calls while it's underwater. Next, we have we have like the album where you see all the photos that you have made with this watch. So by the way, we have like a camera here on the front and on the back. So you have two cameras. When you wear it like this on your wrist, you can use the front camera, for example, for video calls, or you can switch to using the back camera, and then you can make photos of your environment or make videos as well. And then they will be saved in the album app. So when you open this album, you see all your previous photos and videos here. And we have more than just one camera app. So we also have the sticker cam. The sticker cam is a funny kind of camera which adds some effects. Let me show you. So here I made a photo with the sticker cam, and then you can make funny photos either of yourself or of other people. You can also use the back camera for this effect, and then you can save this. So that's a fun kind of function for children, I would say. And also Funny Cam is about like a smile contest. So you win points here if you smile. You will be rated, and then you can win points here. So we also have like additional functions similar like on a smartphone. For example, we have the alarm clock, so you can add your own alarm here. So the watch will ring. It will play your ringtone that you set, and then it can wake you up at that time. We also have messages. Messages is when the SIM card is installed in this inside the watch. You can use this function. You also can directly dial a number here and call a number when you have the SIM card inside. And you have the shaking function, so you can shake the watch, and then you get a little surprise, or you get some points that you can collect. The points you collect will be shown here in the app that is called Level. So it shows your experience points. It's just like as a motivation for children to collect some experience points, check in every day to get more points, and then later exchange them for little gifts here. Also, we have the stopwatch. Stopwatch is another function that can be used for sports or for running. For any kind of contest, you can use this little stopwatch function. And then we have settings. So the settings that you can adjust here on this watch. For example, you can adjust the display brightness and the screen timeout. So how quickly will the screen switch to black? And then we have ringtone and volume. You can select the volume here and choose between different ringtones, or ringtone plus vibration, or just vibration. So you have the default ringtone, or you can choose a more funny ringtone. You have a lot of sounds here you can choose from. So each time you get a video call or phone call, it will ring. And then you can also choose the text tone. So that's each time you get a text message in the chat, then this kind of sound will appear to alert you that you just got a text message. Yeah, so it's a nice thing that you can adjust all of this. You can also adjust the flipping settings. So this is the setting that each time you flip up the screen like this, it opens the camera, so that we have that as default setting, but you can switch this off as well if you don't like that. And then yeah, we also have Bluetooth. So if you want to pair this with another kind of, for example, a pair of Bluetooth earphones or something. And then we have other camera settings. For example, you can select the resolution on the camera. For example, you can set the resolution on both the front and the back camera lower, so you can save more space. Yeah, and then we have a function that's called drainage. That's when the watch was underwater. You can press on the function drainage. It will release the water from these holes here at the side. And then we also have like the mobile networks and the language. Reject history. So that's a phone calls that we have rejected, or our parents have rejected through the app that are incoming to this watch. So it's great for parents because you can see who is calling your child, and you can also reject calls from unknown people. And then we have storage. So the storage will show you here how much you have left here. For example, we have the total storage of 4 gigabytes, but we have already 1 GB is used already. So we still have 3 GBs left. And you can see also how much of each app is taking up the space here. And there's another app, it's called Race. So who is closer to 100 steps? This is a function you can use if you added a friend. If you added a friend, you can both start a race against each other with this challenge here. Virtual me, so it's like a small kind of icon. It's loading right now, so it's a small icon that you can kind of adjust based on male and female. You can also change the outfit and the accessories here on this one. Yeah, so you can customize this kind of thing on the phone. And then we have theme. So this is the things you can customize about the layout and design of the watch. For example, you can choose like a wallpaper, or you can choose like here the time here. You can customize also the design of the icons as well. So there are a lot of things you can customize a little bit here. And the interesting function we have here is called AI scanner. You can use the AI scanner only if you switch on your camera here at the back. You have to use the back camera for this. So if you click on the AI scanner, you can make a photo of something in your environment, and then it will tell you, the AI will tell you what it is. So let's try. Make a photo. I'll make a photo of this little rubber duck here, and the AI will tell us what it is. Liquid soap. So that wasn't completely correct. It's not always completely correct. He is 75% sure of what it is. Sometimes it's a bit more clear. So try to get a very clear photo of something. It's an interesting function for children, because children can go outside in the environment and make photos of different things that they see, and then the AI will tell them what it is. And lastly, we have the binding code. So this is the QR code of the watch that you can use to bind it with the app on the phone. So I'm going to show you the phone app now. So this is what the phone app looks like here. The small icon here. When you open it, you can see all the chats, first of all. So you have the watches, the children with the watches, if you have multiple children, added here. and you can directly chat with them. And you also have a family chat where you can you can make like a group chat here with all the family members and add more family members by their phone number. Here you can click on add, and then the family member can use their phone and this app to scan this QR code and then join this chat. How much does it cost?
219欧元。
100?
对，219 euro。
€219. And then we have the individual chats. You can click on this button here to. You can record a voice message, or you can type in a text message as well. You can just type in text, or you can also in the chat send a photo, open the camera, or send a video, or make a video call here directly in the chat. And in the middle here of this app, you have this orange button here. And then you can make a phone call or a video call to these watches that you were kind of connected to this app. Let's try to make a video call. Yeah, so it's this one here. Let me show you again on another one. Yeah, so this is what it looks like. The call is coming in here. This is the video call. So the children can use the front camera to answer the video call. And it will also show that on the phone, if there was an on the watch, I mean, if there was an incoming call, it will be recorded here. Video call missed, it says here, so it will be here as a notification on this watch here. And then we have the locate function. So the locate function is the GPS, because we have different kinds of GPS to locate the exact, to show you the exact location of the child on a map. And also we have the history. That means you can see for the past 2 weeks where the child has been and which location it went to. And there will be, the history will be shown here if there is anything recorded for that, okay? So you can track your child for 14 days where it has been, for example, after school, where the child has gone to. You can always see that. Yeah, and accuracy 20 meters. Yeah, so it's pretty accurate, I would say, the location ability. And the next thing here that we have is the notifications. These are notifications about the watches. So for each watch here, each profile we have the notifications for each watch. For example, the watch is fully charged and can be used. And when we have low power, you also get a notification, so you can switch to low power mode. In low power mode, you are only able to make phone calls and text messages, but you are not able to use any of the other apps on the phone in order to save some energy. And then we have more. So this is where all the rest of the apps can be accessed. You can see each watch, which contacts it has saved on there. And then we can also see yeah, we can also, yeah, see the contacts here, and yeah, we have like a whole list of contacts and with phone numbers and with the names. So all the family members that we added to each watch can be seen here. And then we also see fitness. So we see all the sports data that was measured with the watch. And then you see also the steps, the calories consumed, and the exercise time in minutes as well. So swimming, running, what else do we have? Walk, rope skipping, sit-ups, cycling, badminton. It depends on which apps you install on the watch. You can measure all this sports data here and the exercise time. How do I disable the GPS? You cannot disable the GPS because the GPS function is always on this phone, as well as the receiving phone calls function. And it also has like emergency function. So you have like on the screen, you can draw a C. Usually it works. Yeah, if you draw a C on the screen, it will show the administrator, so the main contact that you added, and you can quick dial. So you can quickly call your father or like whoever you added as the administrator. So the child can call their parents with this. And then this is the emergency function. And then I will continue to show you the app. So the app has a lot of functions here. For example, we also have health. So we have the health data that was reported from the watch. For example, heart rate, 86 beats per minute was reported here. Kid's body temperature is normal. Mood, great. Maybe happy, surprised. Yeah, so it shows that the child is in a good mood. And blood oxygen, if we measured it, will also be shown here. So all the health data that we have measured with this app, with the apps here, the health apps, as well as the sports app, we can see all the data on our app as a parent. And then it will also kind of show a diagram over the time. You can see there's like a diagram. Also for the mood, we can also see during the day how the mood changes of the child. We can see the different changes here, everything that was measured by the watch. And then we have the class mode. So class mode is a very interesting function for parents because you can use this to disable all the apps on the watch, so the child is not distracted during class time. So you can select your class time from when to when. For example, 1851. It doesn't matter. Like you can select the class time. So in the morning, like if the child is in school, you can select all these class times and then save them, and then it will be always repeated. For example, you can say repeat every day, or on those days when the child has classes, all the functions are disabled on the phone, so the child cannot play with the phone, except of course receive calls from the administrator, and that's it. All the other function will be disabled. GPS is also still enabled, so the GPS cannot be switched off here. It's always on this watch, okay? And the class function is just very good for parents, so that the kids can be more focused on the class and not play with their phone as much. And then you also have the watches health management, so you can see how many minutes the child has spent with the screen time, I guess, playing around with the phone. So you can see that, and which apps have been used the most. And you can manage this by setting a screen time limit. So you have a screen time limit, for example, daily limit of 60 minutes, right? And then single continuous use a notification after 10 minutes. So you as a parent get a notification after 10 minutes that the child has been using the phone consistently. And then you see all these selected apps here below will be disabled after the limit has been reached. So if you set the daily limit to 60 minutes, all these apps will not be usable anymore if the child has already spent 60 minutes of the day playing with these apps on the phone. Okay, so this is just for saving, I guess, saving the battery a little bit more, and also preventing the child from playing too much with the watch. So with a smartphone, you cannot, if the child has a smartphone, you cannot control this. But if the child has a watch like this, you can control it. And you can also, disable certain apps. Yeah, actually the class mode is the kind of disabled on the phone kind of app, because the child cannot control the class mode by itself. Okay, so you don't have this app on the watch itself. And then you have app center, so you can see in the app center all the apps that are installed on the smartwatch, as well as their version. And you can also click here on update. You can update the version if you don't have the newest version. So all the apps are always the newest version. You can make sure you always have the newest version for this. And then we have low power mode. Yeah, so that was talking about this earlier. Low power mode is when you see that the watch, the child with the watch, is running out of energy already. Normal mode, it will last 20 hours, the battery. But if you click on low power mode, you can have 85 hours. But then only call and locating functions are available. All the other functions are off. Okay. So much for the low power mode. So you can switch to this once you get the notification for the watch that it has low power. You can switch that. And then you have reject unknown calls. So this is the function for parents. If you see, because you will see when somebody calls your child on this phone, when the SIM card is installed always. And you can then reject calls from unknown contacts. And it will be shown here, the history for the past 30 days will be shown here, okay? So you can see all the contacts that have come in, the calls that have come in, and you can track them down. So who was trying to call your child. So it's a very great function for parents if you're worried about unknown people, random people calling your child. And then you can also set the photo wallpaper. So you can customize the wallpaper for the child that can be used on the watch here inside the app. So you can use your own photos from your phone and set the wallpaper, add some photos here, then the child can have this as a wallpaper on the watch. Next, we have scheduled power off and on. This is also a great function for parents. If you don't want the child in the night or early morning to play around with the watch, you can set the time, power on time, power off time. And you can also set this lower function here. That means the child can switch the watch on and off by themselves. So so either this or it will be automatically scheduled by the parents here. And then you have Find My Watch. Find My Watch is a function that you will need if the watch gets lost. So if the child forgets the watch somewhere and cannot find the watch, you can use the function here on the phone, Find My Watch. So first of all, you can lock the watch, and you can also see the latest location of the watch. so you can know where it is. Because of the GPS, it's easier to find it. And then you can use the other functions, for example, find networks nearby, etc., etc., once your watch is locked. So once you say, okay, we lost the watch, we don't want anyone else to use it, then it's locked, and then you can find it by the networks nearby. So watch settings. So we have some watch settings we can change here by using this app here. For example, the language, we can select the language, English. We selected English, 24-hour time display, and watches sound mode, ringtone, and vibration. And then we have the time zone. You can select the time zone, and you can heart rate sensor, you can switch it off. That thing you can switch off, so you cannot yeah, you can disable this, so it will not show health, fitness, as well as mood properly anymore. And then privacy. Yeah, privacy is just about the privacy policy of the watch. Yeah, that's it for the watch settings, I guess. Emergency SOS. Yeah, we have this emergency SOS. You draw a C on the screen of the watch, and then it will automatically open the contact of the administrator. So whichever contact you set as administrator will be then opened. And then you have, what else do we have? I think that's pretty much it for the settings. We also have a change assistant. If you bought a new watch, you can very easily transfer the data from the old watch to the new watch by the change assistant. A help and feedback. You have frequently asked questions here. For example, how can I connect my watch to Wi-Fi? Such questions are answered here. So under this function, you can find a lot of answers for questions. Yeah, so we can always see the location of this watch. So if your child is wearing the watch, you can always track the location down. You can see the location for 14 days. It will be saved as a history as well. So you can track back where did your child go yesterday, and where is it right now. It will also show you the location right now. And that's it pretty much for all the settings here. I think I've shown you all the settings. And you can bind or unbind the watches here. You can see we have all these contacts saved here. I will show you again what it looks like when we make a call. Yeah, this is what it looks like. The screen starts glowing and it starts vibrating a bit. So this is us making a video call to this blue watch here. So we will put it underwater to test the waterproof function here. Try to put this underwater like that. And now we will call this blue watch again. Let's make a video call here. Yeah, you can see it can receive the call underwater as well. So it's completely wet, this watch, but it can receive the phone call. And that's the great function, because you can use this watch here for swimming and diving. And no matter if the weather is rainy, or for example, the child is washing the hands wearing this watch, you never have to worry that water will damage the watch or anything will happen to it. And you can also use the drainage function afterwards. So when you took it out of the water, we can use the draining function. It's under settings, I think. Yeah, it's under the app called settings. We have the drainage function. So we can start the drainage when it's been underwater. And then the water will be expelled here from these little holes. so that the watch doesn't get damaged or anything. So it's not being influenced by the fact that we just put this watch underwater. So it has really great waterproof functions. And of course, the main features here are the fact that you can make video calls with your child very easily. And it has a great feature of 2 cameras at the front and at the back. The child can wear it like this on the wrist. You can make it really tight with all of these tiny little holes here, so you can adjust it really well. You can measure different health data because of the sensors here at the back here. I've been wearing this before, so I tried this before to measure my heart rate and everything, but it takes like around 1 minute. It takes like 1 minute until it can tell me what my heart rate or body temperature is. You have to wear it really tight on the wrist like this, so that it can measure that. So I think these are all very great functions for sports and also for health in general. I hope this is tight enough. Let me try to measure that. I will go to the app called Health, and let's measure my body temperature. So this is what it looks like when it's measuring. So right now it is trying to measure my body temperature. And we will see, it will also save the data, so you can also have like a diagram of several days of all the data to see any kind of changes. It will also notify the parents on the app if the child has like a higher body temperature, so could have fever or something like that. That all of that will be shown. Heart rate is usually been shown. Yeah. Let me see. It's still measuring. So if we have any information for the health, yeah, body temperature, the kid's body temperature is normal. So this message will show if the body temperature has been measured and is in the normal range, as well as the heart rate, of course. So how many beats per minute? Let me see. Tighten the band. Okay, I'm not wearing it tight enough, so it failed to measure my body temperature, but usually it works. Let me make it a little bit tighter, and I will try this function again, just to see my data from today. Yeah, usually it takes 60 seconds, as well as with the other data. So if you want to measure 这个有什么区别？
没有，就是颜色区别。
那这两个颜色不一样，里面一样吗？
这个
这个也打不开。Yeah, these other colored watches that you've seen here are a little bit different, so I'm not really sure how to use it because I haven't used them before. So I'm just showing you these 2 here today. I'm just showing you this one here, this pink one, and the 36.5 degrees. So it measured my body temperature. So that's the data for today here. You will save this data also for later, so you can still see it. .5 degrees. So let me see. I want to set go to the settings and set the screen. What's it called? Screen time. yeah, screen timeout here to 30 seconds, so it doesn't always switch off so fast. Yeah, so I think it's great. You can set your own ringtone here. Also how loud it is. If you don't like any ringtones, that's the 这个是什么样? I think this is the Z7.
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 And yeah. So you can adjust the brightness as well as how loud it is. So if you think your ringtone or something is too loud, you can adjust the volume here in the settings as well. So if we swipe left a little bit, you see the kind of little icon that you selected for yourself. This avatar you can adjust, and you can see your points that you gain, for example, when doing sports or other activities. You have like a ranking here, and it also shows you how many grams of you have burned. Yeah, it shows you the energy you burned here in grams. And then in the middle here, we have a list of the contacts here. So we have a chat with the brother, for example. So this is the chatting function, okay? If you hold this big blue button, you can hold it to talk and record a voice message, or you click left here if you want to type your message, okay? So that's the functions. Or you swipe right, you can send some emojis here. You have different emojis to select from, or you go right one more time and you have album camera here. You can open it directly. You can send a video or a photo, or open your camera directly from here. Yeah. And then send the photo to the contact. And then we have, yeah, here it shows the time and date, just like on a regular watch. So this is the part here that looks like any other regular digital watch. It also shows you any kind of notifications, like there's like a small red icon shows you notifications. If you, for example, had an incoming call, it will be here saved as a notification. And yeah, we have all the recent incoming calls and contacts here at the very left side. And directly you can dial, or you can edit this part. So you can edit this when you need some icons or use some apps more or less than others. You tell us uses about the emergency call function. The emergency call is functions when the screen is off. You draw a C here on the screen. We try on the other watch. Right now it's not working. Okay. Yeah, you draw a C on the screen and then it switches on. And then you have your administrator, so the contact you saved as admin will pop up here. And you can call them quick dial. And yeah, if you have the SIM card inside, it will directly make a phone call to this person. Okay. So this is for emergency call. But of course, you can also find all your contacts here right away in the contact list. So if, all the important contacts here you can save on the very left. So the child can click on the contact, and then regular call or video call here can be started. Okay. And then if any recent records within the last 30 days will be saved here. If somebody called your child or if someone sent a message, all the records will be shown here. Yeah, and here in the middle we have all the chats, so we can scroll through all the chats. And then on the very right we have all the apps that we installed on the watch, unless you if you enabled some some of these. Yeah, AI scanner only works actually Sweden, okay? India, Sweden. Okay, if you have the if you want to use the AI scanner, you have to use the back camera actually. It doesn't work with the front camera. You can use the back camera and then make photos of objects. And then it will tell you what it is. Let me use this one here. Okay. Let's go to AI scanner. So AI scanner opens the back camera and then we make a photo. For example, let's make a photo of this bell here. And then the AI will tell you what it is. Bell button. Yeah. It's analyzes the object that you made a photo of and then tells you what it is. So the AI will analyze the photo, basically. So you can make photos of your environment or plants or animals or something like that, any kind of objects around you with the back camera, and then let the AI scanner tell you what it is. That's just a function that is for, I guess, for children if they are bored or if they want to know more about things that are around them. Yeah, it's a great function, I think. And then, the water resistance is, of course, for swimming. So because you can wear the watch when you swim, it will actually also measure the sports data during swimming. So you can have, here in the sports, show you sports, exercise now. It has all the types of sports that it can analyze. For example, swimming, as skipping, jumping rope, actually, running and sit-ups. So this is the different kind of sports. Does this AI scan cost extra? No, it doesn't cost anything. It's just the app. It's just the app, and it just runs by the app and the internet. So if the phone is connected to a network, of course. The apps are all included. All of the apps that I was showing you, they all cost nothing. They are already on the watch. You sometimes may need to update each app so that it functions properly. But besides that, it should all work on the phone. Yeah. Heart rate. The interesting thing about the heart rate is that it can show the parents a diagram about any changes on the heart rate. And for example, if you have like resting heart rate is 73 beats per minute, so higher and lower, if it gets higher or lower, you will see it on this diagram here. So you can check all of these things. And you can also see the mood of the child, who will be also measured. Blood oxygen can also be measured, but that usually takes at least 1 minute. You need to wear this really tightly on your wrist. So you can measure it by wearing really tightly on your wrist. And then you have if you do the sports, for example, you do swimming. Let's say you selected 50 meters distance. Then you click on start. Are you ready? That's what it looks like. Yeah, it's right now measuring how much I'm swimming. Of course, it says 0 meters because I'm not moving at all. Yeah, it's quite an advanced watch. It has a lot of functions, I would say. I think the main functions is I would say all the sports functions, the health scanner, because it has these scanning functions here at the back. So these sensors here can measure your body temperature, heart rate, blood oxygen can be measured. And it has two cameras, yeah. It has two cameras, front camera, back camera. You can easily switch the camera here. You can easily make photos of anything very quickly by tapping on the screen. It will make a photo. So it is very easy to use, I would say. And it's also easy to recharge. You have a cable for this. The watch comes with this cable here. And this is a magnetic cable that connects very easily. Like that. Because it's magnetic, it's very easy to connect it. And then it will recharge the watch. Yeah, it can be put underwater. So we made sure that you can fully put this watch underwater and nothing happens to it. And I've already shown it with this watch here. It can be underwater and then you can make phone calls as well. It's very waterproof. You can swim with it. Let's make a phone call to show you that. I will use my app. As a parent, you use this app to make phone calls to your child. So let's see. Is it the correct one? Yeah. It's right now showing that I'm calling it, right? So the video call is coming in. Yeah, so it's a great feature. It's a great function, I think, for parents, and it's a great function also for people who like to do sports. I would say it's a great sports watch for children. If you don't want to buy your child a smartphone, so that's why we have these kind of smart watches here, because additionally to a smartphone, you can also always track the location of the child. So it's very it's very practical for that. So you can always see the location. It has a record of your child's locations for 2 weeks. So you can see for 2 weeks where the child has gone, where it has been. I think it's really a nice function. And you can also, because of the class mode, you can use your phone to set the class time on the app. So class mode will make sure that the child is not playing around with the phone during these class times. So you can set it each time your child is in class in the morning. Then it can only use the basic functions of making phone calls to the administrator, which is the parent. And of course, the GPS function is always on. It can never be switched off. Yeah, it's always on. And this is a great thing, because if the watch gets lost, you can also find it very easily by the function that is called Find My Watch. So you can see the last GPS location of where the watch was, and you can also see the networks nearby in case the watch has run out of energy already. Yeah, you can do video calls from the watch directly, or to the watch through your app here as a parent. So as a parent, you have a smartphone to contact the child who is wearing this watch on their wrist. So you can give them, but you can also have regular phone calls without video as well. All right, the regular phone call here, and it's you need to put a SIM card into this watch. Then you can use this function as well as the text messages, and like in the chat. The chat is like kind of extra app that is one of the default features. I will be the administrator. Usually the parent is the administrator. So the emergency call and also the first contact on the watch here, that is the easiest to contact here, most convenient to contact will be the administrator. And you can have a group chat as well if you want to. If you want to put many family members into the chat. So if you make a family chat, then every family member inside this chat will receive these messages. So we will all know what we are kind of chatting here inside the family. And you can add more contacts here. So we have, for example, the sister, two sisters, and the mother and the brother inside this chat, okay? And in the both in the family chat as well as in the individual chat, you can use this to talk. You know, you can hold this button here in the middle, SIM card. Yeah, SIM card like in the phone. You can use this to send a voice message, or you type a text message here, or if you click on this symbol here, or you can send a kind of emoji here, or if you click right, you can send photos from the album, or you can take photos directly, make a video call, or post a video. Okay. Wait a second. So I'm back. Yeah, so with these functions here, you can very easily contact your child, send photos to your child, and yeah, make a video call to your child. Also through the chat function. And of course, you have like a quick button here right in the middle where you can make the video call, okay? Locate. You can see right now, it's showing the location of the two watches that we have connected to this. Actually, 3 watches, yeah. We have 3 profiles here that we connected to this app here. How you connect it is you have to scan the code here on the watch. There's an app here at the very bottom. It's called Bind Code. Bind Code is a QR code like this. You are using the app on the phone to scan this bind code, and then you can add this child as your contact here. I don't know who the regular guy is. I never met him. I never met the other people. I only know one person who was here before, so I don't know those other live streamers that come here. I'm only here occasionally, okay? So you will not see me tomorrow. All right, you will see the other guy tomorrow. It won't be me anymore. Yeah, notifications is where you can see if the watch is recharged or not. Here it says to maintain contact with the child, the watch has automatically entered the low power mode because the power is less than 10% on the watch. So that's another function that you have on the watch. It will automatically enter into the low power mode to save energy, which is great, until you can finally recharge it at home. So you have like this cable I was showing you, right? This is the recharging cable. It's a magnetic cable. It's very easy to connect like this, right? It's very easy and quick to connect it. Yeah, and then you can immediately recharge it, okay? It usually lasts for 24 hours, I would say. I think it will last for 24 hours, the battery. I'm not 100% sure how often we recharge these here. I think 24 hours. But it also depends on how much you use the apps and everything. I think if the child will use all the apps, you won't miss me tomorrow. You will definitely not miss me. You will probably never see me again, or maybe rarely ever see me. But I've done this. I've done this before. You know, I've been here a couple of times. I don't know if anyone has seen me because I was talking German last time. So usually my audience is the German audience. So this time I'm not talking German, right? So, guys, yeah. So much for all the functions. So you have pretty much like the functions that you can control from your app and control on the watch they are the same kind of apps. All right. Yeah. And you can see all the apps that you have here in your, where is that, app center. We installed all of the apps. So here I will tell you again what's the app storage. Of course, to check your storage. Health is where we measure heart rate, etc. Race is the app where you can start a race between two children. You've never seen me before, then maybe it's a different platform, I don't know. But I was talking in German. Like the last few times I was here, I was talking German. So different audience, guys, different audience. Then we have Funny Cam. Funny Cam is the function that we, I think we used it several times, like just to make funny photos of ourselves here. You can make the funny sticker photos on your own face or on the other people as well if you use the back camera. So you can make photos of other people as well if you want with the Funny Cam. And then we have the Way Chat. The Way Chat is the chatting function here. Here we see that it's not on the newest version here, so you have to click update. All right, on this app you have to click update, and then yeah, once it finished updating, it will notify you as well. And then we have Album. Album is the app where it saves all the photos, all the videos that the child has made. And then we have Theme. Theme is where you adjust all the icons. You adjust the looking of the icons a little bit. And so on. Of course, as a parent, you can also set the picture for the background here. All right. So for the watch, okay, from your phone. And then we have steps. That's the step counter. You're Swedish. Next time you are in Europe. Last time I was just in Germany visiting my parents. I've never been to Sweden actually, but I've been to Denmark before. Virtual Me. Virtual Me is the kind of, what I was showing you guys. This is the little kind of avatar that the children can play around with, adjust, choose different outfits. And it's kind of like, yeah, if you increase your level, you can adjust it more. You have a little bit more features here, but you need to upgrade your level, I guess, by fulfilling tasks, fulfilling kind of your goals, your sports goals, because you can set the goal in the step counter. For example, you can set 5,000 steps, and if you reach this goal, you get some points on the watch, experience points that you can exchange for things. So these are little features that the children will discover if they own this watch for a while and play around with this watch. Sports is the app, of course, that where we can measure different data. We can see the calories we burned, and we can select what kind of sport we are doing. So it will measure the progress. Swimming, skipping, running, sit-ups. Yeah, that's the current function we have. But yeah, if the apps are updated, of course, there might be new functions as well. You never know. You have to keep yourself updated, okay? You have to use the app on your phone to always have the newest version of all the little apps that are on this watch, okay? And then we have camera. That's the regular camera app. Yeah, there's also a little bit of a timer function here if you want to have that. And you also have the back camera. You can switch between front and back camera and make a lot of photos of yourself and your surroundings. So I think that's great for parents if you want to know where your child is or your child has lost the way. It can make photos of the surroundings and of itself, or make a video call to you. And then it's I think it's a great relief for parents. I didn't have that as a child, so I got lost before when I was a child. So, yeah, add friends. Add friends. This function is, this can be used if another child has a watch like this. They can add each other as a contact here, and then immediately start a race against each other. You can see the ranking between each other. There will be like a ranking for all the sports, guys, and you can do the kind of race. Yeah, the race is that kind of app that was designed for two people to run 100 meters, and who wins gets some points, and there will be a ranking list as well. So you can see your sports data, your fitness data on the app. Can you tell the guy for tomorrow that we came to see the watch frozen in the ice block? Yeah, I did that before. I did that as well with the ice block thing, okay? Usually we freeze it in ice. Yeah, that's why there's water in here, guys. It was earlier. I think earlier it was frozen, guys. Surviving the climate in Sweden. Yeah, I hope that as well. The watch might get frozen. Yeah, I don't usually have the strength. I think the guy is more strong than me, so I don't have the strength to beat the watch out of the ice. Okay, guys, I had to have my assistants help me when I did that before. It can be frozen, yeah. And the funny thing is that we make phone calls, we made the video calls to the watch while the watch was frozen inside the ice, and it can still receive the call even under extreme temperatures. So that's another function. So it's not only waterproof, it's also like sturdy when it comes to temperatures. So extreme temperatures, extreme weather, it's no problem for this kind of watch. It was designed for that. So I think it's great as a sports watch for children. Also because of all the functions it can measure, right? So if you are running with this, I think for running, it's a great watch to have. I mean, there are these kind of sports wristbands that you can buy with step counters, right? People buy those sports bracelets and stuff. This can do much more because you can also use the apps and make phone calls for it. So I think it's great for the children as a sort of replacement instead of having a smartphone, because smartphones are more distracting and they are not as safe, because as a parent you cannot control what the child is doing on the phone, and here you can control it. You can even see in the app center which apps are there and which are being used. You can even see how long they were using it. Here you can see under the watches health management, you can see the screen time, so you can see how many minutes each watch here. Let me check the other watch here. Yeah, 6 minutes. Yeah, I guess we can measure overall how much we have used this watch, so you can see which functions we have used the most as well. So as a parent, you can always see the top 3 apps that the child is using. What's your name? My name is Kate. I haven't said my name. Yeah, my name is Kate. I'm not so important here. I'm not important. I won't be here often, okay? I'll only here sometimes. And usually I'm doing the live stream in German. I'm the person for the German live stream, actually. So today I'm doing it in English, but it's the same. It's the same to me, And you have a scheduled power on and off. This is also a great function for parents, because you can say, for example, in the evening at 11 p.m. you don't want the child to use the watch anymore, so you can just set it 11 p.m. and then that's the end. And then the watch will be off, let's say, like until 7 in the morning. I'm important, really? I'm just here for a short moment, You might not see me again, Maybe I'll be here like next week one time, but that's it. I don't know. I cannot guarantee like when I will be here. I'm not like one of the regular hosts here, I'm just usually here. If the regular hosts are not there, that's when I will be there. You know what I mean? Yeah. So what can I say? So I think this watch is really good for children. I've seen reviews of this as well. I've seen people use it. And I think it's a really practical watch, and you can really get a lot of functions. I mean, the price is not that cheap, but it's like it's super waterproof. Look at this. I mean, like, it has so many sports functions. It's waterproof. You can make video calls with it. You can make regular phone calls, send messages, texts. You can use the apps, all the same kind of similar apps that somebody would use on a regular smartphone, you know. But it's very compact and it's kind of yeah, it's not easy to lose, and you can see you can adjust this wristband here. So if your child has a very small wrist, you can make it like really tight like this. You know, it will fit onto the smallest wrist even. It will not fall off. So it can always be like secure and not fall off, right? Thank you very much. Yeah, I usually don't know how much audience we have here. Yeah, because I'm not here very often. I don't know all the data of the audience and how many people are watching this actually. And like I said, I usually did the German one. But it's funny, in my German live stream, they also ask questions in English, and I don't know why. I'm thinking, why are you watching a live stream in German if you ask questions in English, right? It's a little bit strange, isn't it? Or maybe their German isn't too great. Yeah. App disabled. Here you have a great function as well. You can disable, enable apps by yourself as a parent here. For example, chat function. Or you set a custom time period. So only within this period of time, the child can use this app. That's a great function, I think. And you can disable some functions that you think are not important or you don't want to use. You can uninstall the apps as well. That's also possible. Yeah, so I mean, you can manage everything through this app here. And yeah, it's great. We have free watches that we have bound to this app here. So I can give phone calls to all of them. And yeah, it's very waterproof. You can dive with it. It's not going to get broken. It has a super great waterproof function. I don't know like how much, like what the data is, but you can really dive really deep with this, okay? It can also withhold the pressure underwater, so even if you are diving, okay? So I think it's great for people who do a lot of outdoor sports and are worried about this. So if you're outdoors a lot, this is a great watch. It's also comfortable. It's comfortable. It's made of like very elastic kind of plastic material. It's yeah, it's very flexible like that. It's not scratchy. It's not heavy. It's not that heavy actually, even though it has like camera functions and everything. It's not heavy as a watch. It's still quite lightweight. So I think it's really practical to wear. It won't be uncomfortable. You can wash your hands with it. You can be underwater with this watch. You can, yeah, be outside in rainy weather, anything. It doesn't matter. If you spill water over this, you don't need to worry. So the waterproof function is definitely a very cool feature here of this watch. And yeah, if you have any questions, you can ask me. We have two colors, so you can select between this pink color and the blue color. Yeah, this is the Z7. The Z7 has these two colors, okay, to choose from. It's usually the one that we are showing here. The Polish guy. Yeah, I don't know him. I haven't met him personally. I've probably just seen him like on pictures and stuff because I also check like the album of the photos here on the phones. I've seen, yeah, I'm German. How much does it cost? It costs 219. Yes, 219, guys. So you can check in the shop. This is the price for this watch, Z7. You can select between two different colors. It's a great sports watch, and it's also great that you can bind it with the app here. The parents can download this app here from the App Store, imoo app. And then you can, yeah, exactly. You can contact your child. You can see all the data, all the sports data of the child. You can see the location. No matter where your child is going, you can see the location. You can see the location for the past 14 days. You can also see any unknown phone calls. You can directly reject them because as a parent, you see here, you have a list of uh, reject unknown calls. So yeah, under protection, only calls from contacts in the address book can get through. So this is a great function. So only those people you have saved in the address book as a contact, right? Yeah, exactly. It has a lot of features, can do a lot of things. And especially as a parent, you have a lot of control with this app here over your child. So you can avoid random people calling your child. And if they do try to call, you will see their phone numbers here in the list. It will be saved for 30 days here in this list. So you can always see that. It's great that you can kind of always follow the things for a while. So you can also see like the health data. You can see the health data like also for many days here. Body temperature, you can see for 1 week, I guess. For 1 week, this data is saved. Body temperature, heart rate, mood, blood oxygen. So you can see like a diagram also. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's a lot of features for the price, I would say, and a great waterproof function and very temperature resistant, as we have put this in ice before. It is very temperature resistant. It's can be used in extreme weather. And it's also great if the watch gets lost because the GPS function is always switched on. You can always find this watch. You can always check by your app as a parent where was the last location of this app of this phone. So you can check it through the app on your phone. Okay, it will be shown on the map here. Locate, and you can see the location of these watches. So if the child is wearing the watch, you can also see the location of your child. So you can know where the child is going after school. And yeah, you can follow the history of 2 weeks. 2 weeks, it's Nintendo themes or watch face. Well, you can customize the background of the watch if you want. You can, instead of having the kind of default background here, you can have your own photo. You can put your own photo here, and yeah, so you can customize it. You can save a picture from the internet that you like and put it as the wallpaper here. So it will be here. It will be shown here once you open the watch here. You can see it then as a background. Okay, so you can customize your background as you wish. This is just one of the default layouts. It's like this. If you don't like the default layouts, you can customize your own layout under the app called Themes. So in the Themes app, you can select the watch, the face of the watch, what it looks like. So you can select, if you don't like this one, you can choose between, you have a flower design as well. You have another kind of blue design, and you have the design where you put your own photo. You can make a photo by yourself or make a photo here with the watch and set it as background, and then the time will be shown over it, okay, like an overlay. So you can have your own customized background here. And yeah, when you scroll, by the way, if you, on this watch face you scroll down, you can see a few things here. You can see like some photo that you have saved. One of your photos will be shown here. You can see how much grams you have burned energy, that means. And you can see like different things. For example, this thing that has like a, yeah, this is the step counter, this blue icon here. And then you have the alarm here that you can add. You can customize, by the way, which icons here are here. So you can open them faster, you can find them faster. Your favorite apps, you can put them here. Okay, then they will be underneath here, underneath this watch face. This is some of them. Nintendo wallpaper, here we go. Here. So the contacts here are in a list here in the middle. Oh, by the way, if you scroll up, you can see your friend here that you have added as contact. So if you added someone as contact here, it will be shown like an icon. This is your friend here, and you can also add new friends here through this function here, because this is the adding friend function up here. All right. So scrolling up or down has these two functions. Okay, you can check it out by yourself if you have this watch, but it's really easy to use. It's easy to understand, and if you kind of swipe down, you can see this. This is a little bit reminds me of a smartphone. Here you can see the network, Bluetooth, and light. Yeah, if you want to see something, you have like a white kind of wallpaper. You will make it more bright if the child is in the dark wants to see something. And then you have like a ringtone or ring and vibrate. You can switch here, this bell icon here. And you can also adjust the volume here of how loud it is. I'll make one photo of the watch as a wallpaper on the watch. Yeah, you can set it in the layout. And you can also set the screen brightness here as well. So this is the functions here when you swipe downwards. And then, yeah, you have many apps here. And I told you there are some really random apps for kids to play around with. For example, you have the shake function. You can shake 5 times per day. So we have 4 times left still. You can shake this and then you get a surprise. Yeah, this is just a surprise sound. But it means you didn't get any points. Sometimes you can win points here by shaking this watch. Yeah, we didn't get any points yet. No points gained yet. So sometimes you can gain points and then this will upgrade your experience. Yeah, so if you want to have this watch or you want to buy this watch for your child, it's a great thing for sports and for tracking your child with all the GPS functions. You always know where your child is. You always know the location. You can always contact your child and make a phone call by using the app on your phone. Okay, you bind it to this app that you have on the phone. You know, I was showing you this app here up here. That's what it looks like, imoo app. You bind these through the QR code on the watch. You can bind them, connect them, and you can add contacts. You can add all your other family members as a contact to the watch. And then, yeah, 5% discount. And then, yeah, you can actually see the contacts on the watch. So if we have like one of these watches here, for example, we can see bound members. You see, we have the mother and 2 sisters as members here that we have connected to this watch. So you know who is as contact on this watch and who the child can call in contact with this. That's the great function here, that you can control this. So it's very different than having a smartphone, let's say. But of course, you can also dial numbers directly with it. If you have a SIM card installed in this watch, you can just dial a number if you want to, or you can send a SMS message with this watch as well. And yeah, you can also see if you install the class mode actually is the app that the child cannot use. You can use it instead of the Apple Watch because I think it has a lot of safety functions. As for example, you have this class mode here, so you as a parent can make your child not able to use all the apps during class time. So during class time, the child is not distracted and will not play around with the watch. You can control that by yourself. So during the time, for example, in the morning, if your child is in school, yeah, if your child is in school in the morning, it cannot play around with this watch. It has to focus on class, because you as a parent set the class mode here, and it's repeated like Monday to Friday. You can repeat at the same times, and then all the apps are blocked here. Okay, so all the child can see is just the regular time and contact you as the administrator. And of course, the GPS function is always on, so you can always see where the child is. And you can also set watches health management. You can also set a screen time. Yeah, you can also set a screen time for the child. So you have, for example, a daily limit of 60 minutes, and then the watch will switch off all the functions except, of course, the emergency call functions and everything. But the apps will be not accessible anymore. It will also save some energy, and it will also help that your child doesn't play around too much with this watch. Yeah, so it depends on you. And here are the apps here that we selected that cannot be used anymore once this screen time is over. And you can also select or unselect the apps that will be disabled after the limit is reached. So it's all under the parent's control. And it's a great, I think it's a great function. I think it's a great function to control your child, whether it's playing around with it too much or not, and being distracted, especially in class, with the class function. And of course, the fact that we set to reject unknown calls, the unknown calls are automatically rejected. So if there's a SIM card in this watch, it has a phone number, right? Just like a regular phone. So there could be unknown phone calls coming in, but you see that here on your app, on your phone as a parent. But the child will not receive these calls. It can only receive calls from contacts that you saved by yourself manually on the watch, okay? And the record for all the unknown calls will be saved here, so you have a list. You know who tried to call your child with on the watch, So it's a great function here. Scheduled power on and off is like another thing you can really control, like the use of the watch. So you can, for example, select in the evening, for example, at 11 p.m. or so, the phone will power off automatically, and in the morning, 7 a.m., 6 a.m., it will power on. So between that time in the night, the child cannot play with this phone. It cannot be used. Unless, of course, you want to use it as alarm. Then you should keep it on. And you can switch on here the function. The child can switch the watch on and off by itself. Okay? Other than that, you can also use this watch as an alarm to wake you up in the morning, because we have the alarm function here as well. 5 satellite positioning. Yeah, because you have five different technologies to position exactly your location on the map. So we have very precise, within 20 meters range, that you can see the location of your child, okay? And for 14 days, it can be tracked. So 14 days, you can see the past 14 days where your child has been. So you can see that in the history here on the phone. Under locate function, you can click down here, history. It will show where your child has been for the past 14 days, because we save this kind of data here. Yeah. So you can always stay peaceful, because you always know where your child is. I don't think it is too extreme to know the location of your child, but it also depends on the age of the child. But you can't disable the GPS function. So that's actually the main feature here of this watch. One of the main features, except the camera feature, of course. It is very convenient to make a video call. So the child can open it like this, and the camera automatically opens here if you open this up, and then you can go to your contacts and make a video call with one of the people in your contacts. Okay. Yeah, so we can click on the family members that we saved as contacts, and then go to the right side. Go to the right side, swipe to the right side. And here we have the functions that we can open the camera directly and start a video phone. This is the great feature, is that it's so convenient. It's convenient to chat with the child, and it's convenient to know where the child is. So I think it's great for the whole family. The whole family can have a family chat here, so we can all chat together. Yeah. Of course, it's also, if you think it's draining on the battery, you just have to keep this cable around, and you can recharge it anytime with this magnetic cable here that it comes with. When you receive this watch, you also receive this cable with it. That's pretty much it for the accessories, but you can also bind other things. With the Bluetooth function, you can also bind earphones to this. So yeah, this is great. You can use it with Bluetooth as well, with other Bluetooth devices. So as you can see, this watch is underwater. It's completely wet. It's completely dripping wet here. And it is still able to receive all the phone calls, even when being underwater. And you can also connect to your local Wi-Fi. So the watch also has the function that you can connect with networks, or you can, as a parent, select it here, watches networks. So you have a function here, watches networks, add a network for the watch. You can here manually add a network for this watch, so it can use the data from that one, from the network. Okay. Save cellular data and make parents feel more at ease. Yeah, you can save a lot of the cellular data if you use the local network to use it. For example, at home, you can add your home network here, and then yeah, you can limit the time every day. You can limit the screen time for every day, but you can also just let your child by itself switch things on and off. And of course, if you don't like some apps, you can, as a parent, disable them here through this app. All right. You can see all the apps that are on the phone, and you can see here app disabled. You can see we currently enabled all of them. If we disable one of the apps, then it cannot be used on the phone anymore. So you can control it really well, what the child can do or not do with this watch. So I think it's a great thing. I think it's a great feature. Yeah, Wi-Fi is using less power, and that's why we can should add a network. I think if you are using this watch at home, if the child is at home using this watch, you should add your home network to this. I would suggest that. And if you are worried about the battery life, you can always keep the cable around. Okay, keep the cable around. It's with a USB. You can always recharge it with this magnetic cable here. If it's running low on power, then you don't need to worry about it. Or you manually switch to low power mode as a parent. Okay, you can do this through your app as well. You can switch the watch to low power mode. In low power mode, you can only receive phone calls in GPS, and then that's it. Except yeah, and also yeah, GPS is always working. GPS is always on actually. Yeah, and you can always do the emergency phone calls. Yeah, so these functions are always on. And what else do we have? Yeah, so you can see the, yeah, you can see the watches we have bound to it are automatically here in this chat. So this is like the first function that we see when we open this app, is those chats. And you can contact your child here through you can send a voice message, you can send a text message, you can send emojis here. You see, just like in a regular kind of app like WhatsApp or something, you can use this. Why is the watch in a capsule water? To show you that it is waterproof. To show you that the watch is fully waterproof, that it still works even when we put it underwater. You see? It doesn't damage the watch at all to be underwater. So that's why we put it underwater for you guys. 24 hours not enough. Well, I guess I just suggest recharging the watch every day or keeping the cable around just in case. And you can prolong this time to 80 hours or something like that if you switch to low power mode. But then you can't use the apps, right? But it will be on for 80 hours. So if you need the watch, okay, for emergency phone calls and for time, location, okay, it can last much longer than that, all right? But if you want to use all the apps and play around with the apps, of course, it will drain the battery life a little bit, okay? So you have to then recharge it. Yeah, this watch is completely wet, but yeah, it's working really well. That's why we show you this, guys, because this is the reason we put it underwater for you. 219. Yeah, we have 219. You only need 12 hours. Yeah, 12 hours is usually enough until the child is back home, and then you can recharge this watch again. I don't think it will be outside for more than, let's say, 10 hours, 12 hours in the usual case. So yeah, for any children like elementary school children that can read and write, this is a great watch. They can write text messages, contact the parents. The parents you can contact the child, of course, for this. They are always reachable. You can always make a video call to them. Here, if you always have this button here at the bottom, you can immediately call your child and see where the child is, because it will show you the environment. It can show you, switch to the back camera. You can use the front camera also to make a video call. Samsung Watch only works for 12 to 24 hours. Yeah, it depends. It really depends on how you use it. I think it depends on how you use it and which functions you use the most. Some functions can drain the battery more than others, but you can always switch to low power mode, because as a parent you will get a notification if the power is lower than 10% on the watch. You get a notification on your app here on the phone. Then you can switch to low power mode, and then you can save more or energy for that. If you have low power mode on, you cannot use the apps anymore. Yeah, but it will definitely save the battery and prolong the battery life until you can finally recharge it. So if you guys have any questions and about the functions of the watch, I can show you. I can show you the different functions. Yeah, you have the notifications here on the app as well, like about the watch, whether it is recharged or not. The scheduled power off time, if you set it here on the phone, you also get a notification. You can the scheduled power on and off is so that you can switch it off in the night, so that the child doesn't play around with it in the night. So you can set the time 11, 10 o'clock at night, the watch is off. How long did the Apple Watch Ultra work for? Anyway, this watch here, if you check the watch itself, you can see under low power mode here, low power mode, you can see 19 hours for the watch here that we took out of the water. 19 hours it has left. And if we would switch to low power mode, you see 81 hours, how much we would get. So if you want to use all of the functions of the watch, 19 hours still left. And then, yeah, the more features are available, the more features you use, the more it will drain the battery. And under low power mode, you can have 81 hours, okay? But it then supports only call and locate. So you can make phone calls still to the administrator and do the location as well, okay? Yeah, so much for that. So just like your phone, you need to always recharge this watch at home. You have this cable here. You connect the cable to the watch here. Do you see? It's a magnetic cable. And it can recharge the watch. Right now it's charging. The screen shows us that it's charging, right? So it depends how much you use the watch and all the different functions. If you use all of the functions here, the battery will run out faster. But you will see this also as a parent. You can see how much is left. So you can see on every watch. Let's check the other watch here. Let's check the other watch. Yeah, the pink watch only has 8 hours left. Oh no, the pink watch has 8 hours under low power mode. If we switch to low power mode, but in the normal mode, it would have only 2 hours. That's why it automatically switched to low power mode, okay? Yeah, the cable, I will show you the cable. This is what it looks like. This type of cable here, do you see? A typical USB cable here with a magnetic end here to connect. Yeah, 81 hours, that's when you switch to the low power mode. In low power mode is kind of the energy saving kind of mode. And that will keep the battery the longest. The battery can last you really long like that. And yeah, if you want to use all the functions, of course, then the battery will run out faster. But the GPS is always on. So no matter under which mode, you can always see the location of the child. You can always see where the watch is. You can see the location of the watch as well. So if you lost the watch, you can find it. You can find it very easily. Under Find My Watch, you even have a function here. If the watch is lost, you can lock it so that other people cannot lock the watch. And you can see here the latest location is also shown here. On the map, you can see the latest location of the watch, the last one that was saved on the watch, and you can find it easier like that. Yeah. So if the watch is lost, it's very easy to find because the GPS is always on, and it can also show you networks nearby even. Yeah, on every watch profile, we can see which contacts we saved here. Bound members, so we can see which members we bound and who we set as the administrator is up here, okay? So we can set the contacts here on each watch and set an administrator. That's also the emergency contact if you draw a C on the screen. It will be the first contact that pops up, and then you can immediately make a phone call to that. And then you can manually add contacts here for the watch. If you want to add a person, you can add them here by their mobile phone number, or they can scan the code of the watch to be added, okay? So all the family members can add themselves as a contact and have a chat with the child, or you can add them into the family's group chat. What's the charging time? I'm not sure, but it charges really fast. It charges really fast, I would say, if you connect it. I'm not really sure about how long it takes, but usually with this cable, it doesn't take long to charge. Okay. Yeah. When it's fully charged, you will also get a message here on the phone app. You will see if the watch is fully recharged. Okay. Yeah, it can support a SIM card. You can put a SIM card into this, and then you can make phone calls with this. Yeah, this is for phone calls and messages and everything. All right. You can also directly dial, so you can have like a dial a number with the watch itself and call. Why is it a C for emergency call? I don't know, because it's easy to draw on the screen. I think it's easier for the touch screen to understand that if you draw a C. If you draw a C, then automatically it will open the administrator, and then you can directly phone call. Okay, you can start a video call with the administrator. Yeah, it's charging pretty fast here once the cable is connected. All right, and yeah, you can. We have all the apps, by the way, installed here. And if we want to update them, we can update them here through this app center. So you see here if you have the newest version or not. All right. You can then update the app to its newest version. Yeah, and you can also see which current version you have of that. Currently, the 2.7 sticker cam, this app is the newest version here. You don't need to update it. You can also give it a rating or something. So yeah, the main functions here is, of course, see the location of the child, make a video call, and then see data such as the fitness data here that is shown like a diagram almost. Yeah, it's like a diagram. It shows like if you use the step counter to count the steps, all right? I've been in China for 14 years, yeah. 14 years already. The step counter shows how many steps up to 5,000, so it maximum counts 5,000. Calories consumed and exercise time, and then it will show you this diagram here about the running and walking, okay? This is from the step counter. And yeah. You can see all these kind of data. Total 1 minute. Yeah, it shows you how many minutes it was exercising. So, for example, if you're swimming, yeah, for example, if you're swimming, it will show you how many meters you were swimming, and also the total workout time. You can even see how long your child was swimming, how long your child was running or doing any of the other sports. You can see the data there. Also, energy, calories burned, everything. Also about the health, yeah, the child is, when the child is wearing the wristband, it can also measure the health by the app. With the health app, you can measure heart rate, blood oxygen, body temperature. Yeah, you can measure all these data here. It will be saved for a while, and then I think for 1 week, yeah, I think it saves the data for 1 week. You can see it, and then you can also see it here on the app as a parent. You can see if your child has fever and the temperature is not normal, it will show you up here that the temperature is not normal. But right now it says the body temperature of the child is normal, okay? Also, heart rate is normal. There's no warning about it. Mood is great, okay? So you can also see the mood. Yeah, you can always see how your child is feeling and what your child was doing. And where it was. I think the main thing is about the location. If you are worried about where the child is going after school, then it's great that you have a GPS function here to track this down. You know the location. And yeah, you can also see like if it regularly goes somewhere or when it's going back from school or something like that. It's easier to find it, or when the child lost its way. But in any case, it's a great function. You can always give a phone call to you, always make a video call very easily, just like this. Fold it up, and it's very easy. It's easier to make a video call like this because most watches don't have this function. You cannot flip the screen like this. And because here you can flip the screen, it's easier to use the front camera, right? And once you flip the screen, you can use the back camera because the back camera is here. It's located here. So once you close it here, you can't use the back camera. So you have to unfold it first. Then you can use the back camera, for example, for the AI scanner or to make photos of your environment, of the landscape and everything. Yeah, so a lot of different functions. Yeah, 20%. Yeah, it says also low power mode on this watch. When the watch has low power, it kind of disables all the apps automatically, all right? So you cannot use any apps except the phone call function and the GPS function. You can still make phone calls, and you have the records for if anyone was calling you is in here, all right? There's like a list. It says records within 30 days only. For 30 days, it will save all the incoming phone calls that they received, incoming video calls.还有几分钟？ Yeah, so you can select between these two colors here. So we have a blue color and a pink color to select from. This is the Z7 watch. The Z7 watch has two cameras, and the back camera has I think 5 megapixels. It has a higher resolution. The back camera has higher resolution than the front camera. The front camera is mainly for selfies, so you can make photos of yourself. You can also use like the funny camera, sticker camera to make photos of yourself with that. Here, for example, made a photo of me with the sticker camera. So you can make some kind of funny effects here. The phone is just easier if you're worried that the child will lose the phone. It was also, from the safety point of view, I would say more safe for parents because you don't have any phone calls except from the contacts here that you saved. So only the contacts you saved onto this watch can actually call you. So this is a great feature to keep the child safe, I would say. And yeah, you can make a lot of fun photos and videos, and it will be saved here in the album. You can also check under storage how much storage you still have. If you click on storage, yeah, then we will see the album only has 4 megabytes. So we can set the photo resolutions lower in the settings, okay? Then you can make more photos. It doesn't take away so much storage if you're worried about that. Write my own software app. No, the apps are specifically made for this watch. So they are designed for this watch, and you can keep updating the apps that are already on the watch. But I don't know if there's a new version of this watch that is released. There will probably be also new features and new apps available. But I think it already has a lot of apps. These apps cover pretty much everything when it comes to sports data, when it comes to contacting people, and also photos. So you have all the basic kind of functions there. You know, you can make photos, you can make videos, you can make phone calls with it, video calls with this. You can save all the photos. You can set your own wallpaper with your photo. And of course, the parents can see your location through the GPS, through the app, which is really practical. And the GPS is always on, so you can always see where the watch is. This function cannot be switched off or anything. Make your own apps. Yeah, I think it already has enough apps. So if, as a parent, if you don't want to have the child to use certain apps, you can also use your phone app to control what is on this watch. So if there are certain apps you don't want the child to use, you can either set the daily screen limit for this, or you can just disable the app in itself if you don't want the child to use it. So that's also a very practical kind of function. Yeah. So if you guys have any questions, you can ask me about this watch. I already told you all the features here. You can browse through all the apps here at the right side. So if you see here at the very right side, you have all the apps. So add friends. This app is only useful if you have another child with a kind of watch like this. They can touch like that, and then you can add this as a contact. Then you have steps. That's the step counter. Then you have health. I already showed you the health data, right? You checked my temperature earlier. Body temperature, you can show your heart rate, body temperature, blood oxygen. Sports, you can use this for your body exercise. You can do different kinds of sports, for example, swimming. What's the operating system of this watch? It has its own system, I think. Yeah, what else? You can adjust the wallpaper. Right now the network doesn't connect well, so I cannot use this function. But anyway, you can adjust the theme on this watch. You can adjust the looking. You can adjust the icons, what they look like, and the animation when it's flipped up. And you can, under settings, also adjust even more different things. For example, you can set the ringtone, set the brightness of the screen, the display, and how quickly the display is off. Okay, if you think by default the display switches off too quickly, you can set it to 30 seconds. Then each time you press, each time you press here and open the screen, it will be staying open for 30 seconds. Okay. Ringtone volume. Here you also switch on VLAN or not. You can also switch this function on here. Software update. It can show you the version that you currently have and update the software of the phone. Nintendo wallpaper. Yeah, you can set your own photo as the wallpaper. You can save your own photo from the phone, from your phone app as a wallpaper for this. Or you just make a photo. You just use the watch, walk around and make a photo of something. And then this will be the wallpaper, and you can set it as background if you want to. You can customize it however you like. So it's very customizable. There are a lot of functions you can customize. Also the icons when you open it, like at the beginning, if you swipe to the very left side, you can adjust which apps are on that side. So you can edit this. You can add the most important ones that you always want to use there. And of course, you can customize the wallpaper for the main face of the watch. So this is here. Here we have like one of the default ones. It shows the time right now. So this is one of the default ones, but you can change to a different design. Or like I said, you use your own wallpaper and then the time will show on top of your own wallpaper. So you can, I don't know how much. But we have this is the Z7. The Z7 is the one we are showing you today. Yeah, and you can choose between these two colors, guys. So blue or pink, depends on what you like. You can choose the color, okay? Find it in our shop. All right, bye. Bye, guys. See you next time.